So I have with me here Joshua Dowden. Is that how you say it?
Yes.
All right, Dowden, who's running for Nevada Senate District number 11. He is a Republican. Thank you for joining me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thanks for having me, Zane.
So my first question to you is, why did you decide to run for the Senate seat?
It's a great question and one that most people want to start off with. Um, in Nevada, there's a lot of issues that have failed to address. So I'm a Nevada resident for 20 years. I'm a single father of two. I was awarded sole custody of my kids in 2014, so I've largely raised them by myself, and I've got to see firsthand some of the issues that career politicians have failed us on, and right at the top of that list is education. So we are 50th in the nation in education. That is an embarrassing stat, and every politician in the last 2 decades that has attempted to tackle this issue or has pledged that they would tackle this issue should be ashamed of themselves. 50th in the nation barely seems like we're trying. That's embarrassing. So that was one of the top reasons, was education. And the further I got into this, further I got into politics. I'm a businessman, so I'm a financial advisor by trade. I want good, solid foundation for business here in Nevada. We have been historically a state that is business friendly, low taxes, low regulations, and over the last couple of election cycles, that has changed. So taxes got raised in 2014, which was super unfortunate. We raised taxes again. Next time was on room taxes for the tourists. And here just recently in this last legislative session, they raised taxes again on mining. So taxes continue to get raised, and we need to keep Nevada a business-friendly environment so that we can diversify our economy, bring good-paying jobs here to Nevada. Nevada should be the premier destination for new businesses to come here. So those are two primary reasons why I decided to run for public office. So I feel like I'm qualified to help with the economy. I've been a businessman really ever since I moved here, but a businessman since '93 when I got my started my first career, and then ever since then. And education is just a passion of mine. Raising two kids, I got to see firsthand what the education system is like here in Nevada, and it desperately needs improving.
So what I was gonna say is that I go to private school, which I'm very thankful for. And recently, just in this past school year, since I'm in 8th grade, I've been touring people to school who want to join. We've gained so many kids, and according to our principal, this is the highest year that we've gained kids because of
Right.
people, because a lot of them are younger kids, because we thankfully are going 100% at school.
Right.
We are going fully at school, and young kids who are in like kindergarten and first and second grade, they don't know how to do online school. How are they supposed to learn online? So they're just, especially when they can't learn in real life with our horrible education system. So they've been coming to our school, and I guess that's just how bad the education system is. Just proves it. How many people are coming to our school?
And see, when given the opportunity, people choose schools like yours. And that's really what we want to have parents and students do. We want to have them choose what their education is. Right now, it's based on their zip code, and it's being thrust upon them. And when schools are made to compete, they're going to do a better job. Uh, and so making schools compete through school choice is a great place to start. There's a lot more that we've got to do, but that's a great place to start. People ask me what we can do this year, immediately to get things on the right track, and school choice is a great way to begin that.
So that just runs off right into my next question. So what changes will you make to the education system if elected?
So there's two parts to that question, and the first part is, what do we do immediately? Because I don't want to wait a decade, for things to change. So what do we have to do immediately? We're 50th in the nation in education. We have our classroom sizes are 50% overcrowded. It's really just abysmal, and I could go on and on about the difficulties there. But so initially, what we can do right away is implement school choice. When you implement school choice, that's going to create competition within the schools, and they are going to figure out a better way to attract the students to their schools. Students are going to go to the schools that are better for them and better performing, and those schools are going to find a way to accommodate the higher demand because they're more successful schools. Other schools are going to need a little bit more to catch up, and then we'll be able to identify the schools that need help, and we'll be able to help those schools so that we can create a better environment for them. So then long term, the plan is going to be, there are several models that we'd like to follow. Right at the top of that is going to be, there's a German model to where in middle school, you start to look at your career goals, and you can begin an apprentice type program to where when you graduate, you can step into a career. So you graduate high school, you step right into a career. And there's a number of different careers that you can do this for. Now, there will still be need for higher education. There's still going to be doctors and lawyers and people that need 4-year degrees and additional training and additional schooling. There's going to be plenty. The majority of students aren't going to need that. So if we combine local businesses with schooling, then we can create this apprentice program that, again, they're already working this in Germany. They're already doing this in other parts of the world, to where when kids graduate, they are prepared for a career, and they're prepared for life. So changing the curriculum, changing the direction of education, putting a bigger emphasis on the educators themselves. So just paying teachers more just by themselves, everybody wants to make more money, and the teachers are fantastic. They really work hard. They really are in it for the right reasons, but they're not given all the right tools to be successful. So yes, we want to pay our teachers more, but we also have to demand more from our teachers as well. So short-term, school choice; long-term, change the curriculum, change the environment, change the culture of what education is like long-term and for generations to come.
All right. My next question is, do you see Nevada going red or blue in the presidential election this year?
Well, I'm a Republican, so I'd love to see it go red. If there's a lot of work that we have to do when it comes to educating the voter base. So to answer your question, all the polls suggest that we're going to go blue. If I had to make a bet right now, we will probably go blue by a little, not by a lot. So that'll leave a lot of opportunity for people like me, to where I can win an election locally, and yet the state still goes blue federally. So right now, the polling just suggests that we will probably go blue, but I'm fighting every day so that we do go red. I mean, I'm a realist. I'm going to do everything I can to win not only my election, but to help put good conservative Republicans in the state legislature, as well as congressional seats also. And educating the voting populace, I think, is incredibly important. If people understood what Republicans stood for, they'd be a lot more likely to vote for Republicans. The Republican Party is the party of acceptance. The Republican Party is the party of opportunity. The Republican Party is where people belong. And when we get our messaging out there, people are really going to understand that. We're the party of acceptance. We're the party of hard work. We're the party of determination. We're the party to where your dreams of success are your own. You're invited here. You belong here. So long-winded way of saying that I've got every intention of turning us red. So I'm going to keep working on that every day.
All right. My final question is, if you win this election, and even if you don't, do you have any aspirations to run for a higher office, like maybe a local, not local, maybe like a state level, like Secretary of State or anything higher than that, or a state senator? I mean, not a state senator, a United States senator.
So presently, I have no ambitions beyond state senate. So one step at a time. I have every intention of winning this race. Um, Certainly the thought has crossed my mind if I don't win this race, but I'm not prepared by any stretch to say what I'm going to do after this. I've got 1 week to go before all the votes have been cast. We likely won't know, who wins, right away. But I've got every intention of winning this race. Do I have ambitions beyond this? Not at this point. No, I want to win this election. I want to fix education. I want to bring good paying jobs here in Nevada. I want to diversify the economy. I want to fix our healthcare system to where we have price transparency. When you go to the hospital, you should know what it is you're paying for. Lower drug prices. I want to be able to defend our neighborhoods defending this ridiculous idea to defund the police. We need to absolutely do away with this ridiculous notion of defunding the police. That's the most absurd thing that I've ever heard. Police need to be held accountable for their actions. There's no question about that. But defunding the police makes us all less safe at the end of the day. So I want to concentrate on that. I'm going to concentrate on winning this election. I'm going to concentrate on making Nevada a better place to be. But I have no ambitions beyond that, be that as it may.
All right. Well, that was my final question. So thank you very much for doing this with me. It was an honor speaking with you. And I wish you luck on your election in a few days.
You bet. Thanks for having me. Thanks for doing this. I think you're doing a fantastic job. Keep it up, and I hope to see more of you.